Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak, the Legacy of Supers, so on, so forth. Now, of course, I'm actually getting a lot closer to the end now for the Heroes section of the Legacy of Supers because soon it'll be time for me to go ahead and jump over to the Villains section. But before I do that, let me go ahead and make a quick mention of the almighty Man of Steel, who's faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, who's able to jump buildings in a single bound, who's not a bird or a plane, but rather a red and blue hero in the sky with a cape, and who also has an alter ego to blend in with real life. The almighty Superman. Oh yeah. I think it's about time that I go ahead and start talking about Superman, because after all, there's lots of people out there who are indeed fans of this superhero in general. But I will say, for the most part, I never really grew up with the Superman franchise, as opposed to other Detective Comics-based franchises, including Batman, the Teen Titans, the Shazam, and some others here and there. So there's not too much in the Detective Comics universe that I'm pretty much excited about, but I will say that Superman's franchise itself, it was one of the first to get put on screen. And overall, it certainly was one of the biggest things that people could ever have, because after all, the idea of a superhero way back in the day, at least 80 to 90 years at the time, it wasn't necessarily a big concept. But many people came around. Fawcett Comics, Detective Comics, Marvel Comics, and plenty of others here and there. Superman came along by the end of the 30s and pretty much radicalized a lot of pop culture, eventually getting a bit of a series of animated episodes. And I will say for sure that looking at those, they looked great. Probably at the time. I mean, today they probably would seem a bit inferior compared to the type of art or drawing style that we usually inhibit whenever we do animation or the like. But Superman at the time was just incredible. I mean, the animation that they put on those was just incredible to look at. I mean, they're no Disney and the like, but how do they do so well? That's probably one thing I want to know. But other than all that, Superman's powers and the usage of a red and blue suit here and there. Clark Kent working at the Daily Planet, a newspaper publishing company out there. And then, of course, the many different powers that Superman has, including heat vision, X-ray vision, super flight, high fast speed, and enormous amounts of strength, and plenty of others here and there to choose from. The hero definitely has a lot going on here. He's not recognized as being the Man of Steel for nothing. Or anything else in general. I mean, there's just a ton of names that pretty much describe Superman in general, because being one of the first superheroes to ever make such a huge, huge deal, mostly for marketing strategy and also for popularity, I will say for sure that it's pretty nice to look back at those times. But you know what? Judging by what's happening today, there's really a lot of focus on many other things other than just the Superman or the Batman or any other kind of superhero that we just have here. The superhero business is certainly a huge one as opposed to how it was back then. But still, it's great to know that Superman was like a huge monument in the paradigm shift that is American cinema, or otherwise. Well, anyway, yet another time is going by now, and now it's time to focus on some others that I will have to talk about before jumping over to the villains section here in the Legacy of Supers. But if you want to see more, go down on my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.